Hello and welcome back to the channel. Well, family, it seems like things are really starting to heat up again with this global pandemic. Things are moving so fast that we can barely keep up with the news. Of course, every state is different in their response and reaction to all of this, but it's really starting to look kind of tripped out right now. Looking really, really tripped out. And it doesn't help that we are looking at this weird election that has kind of taken everyone for a loop. Okay. All kinds of tricks and accusations and things of that nature are going on with this election. And I think it's causing people to lose focus on what the plan was. Now, I'm not going to get into the plan. Those of you who follow this channel, those of you who follow other channels that pay attention to the world and end time events, then you know what plan I'm referring to. There's a global plan unfolding right before our eyes, and it's getting kind of tripped out. I'm not going to say scary because the Most High hasn't given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. But when I look at all these things that's happening, I'm just really saying, look, we better be paying attention because there are moves that we all need to make in the process of all of this, okay? We can't afford to sit on the sidelines and simply say, okay, this is happening over there. This is happening over there. Our state is good. And, whatever level of comfort you're trying to settle into while things are still happening, you better keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open, okay? Anyway, I wanted to talk about the Pennsylvania government, okay? As a matter of fact, the governor, he announced new COVID rules, okay? One of those rules kind of caught me off guard a bit. The rule includes wearing a mask in your house. Now, I'm saying to myself, how can you require that someone wears a mask in their own house, okay? Now, they are reporting that they are getting over 5,000 new cases per day. And that's actually up from, it says up more than 115% in 2 weeks. So, okay, I get that the state may be experiencing this increase, but how? How can you require someone to wear a mask in their home? How? I don't understand how are you going to enforce something like that if a person decides, okay, I'm going to get up off my couch and I'm going to go walk over to my kitchen and get me a glass of water. Who is going to be there to make sure that from point A to point B, they have on a mask? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. How are they going to enforce people wearing a mask in their home? Now, another thing that I found as interesting, and this isn't the only state that has done something like this. Other states have done similar things before. But it also said that at least 72 hours before arriving to Pennsylvania, a person has to get a test. Okay? If not, then they have to be quarantined for 14 days. 14 days. So if you're planning on visiting there or going there, you got to get tested within 72 hours before entering into the state. That is really something else. Okay? Now, can you imagine if the whole country did that? Now, of course, it doesn't matter if you're living in a neighboring state, like you may live in Michigan, but work just across the border in Ohio. Okay. Pennsylvania is saying if you're living in a neighboring state and you work in that neighboring state, then that doesn't apply to you. But people who are just traveling from one state to their state, then you have to get that 72-hour test or quarantine yourself for 14 days. So I guess if you have some type of meeting that you were supposed to attend, if you don't get that test, then you won't be able to go to that meeting because they are saying 14 days quarantine without the test. I'm not sure how they're going to enforce that either, but here's the thing. Can you imagine if the whole country did this? What if the whole country did this? Wow. Then that would mean you literally wouldn't be seeing your family or your friends. That would kind of slow down a lot of transit that's going on, a lot of traveling. I can imagine services like Greyhound and the trains. I can't even imagine what their budget is looking like right now. Have their traveling stopped or slowed down to the point where they may not be able to survive after so long? This economy, whether you want to believe it or not, is headed downward and very fast. And it doesn't seem like anything is slowing down at all. As a matter of fact, with the increase in cases that they are reporting, whether you believe those cases are real or not, with all of these increases and governors and states making all of these rules, tightening up on their restrictions and doing all these different things, you have to wonder, where will we all land 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now, a year from now? What will the economy look like? What will your situation look like? That is a big question for me. What will all of this look like? And so you can imagine with PA, Pennsylvania, coming up with these tight restrictions, you can best believe that other states are going to follow. This is no time to fear, though, family. This is time to prepare however you can. This is the time to get your mind right, get your situation right, fortify as best as you can. I continue to say that because some people are still kind of sitting on their hands. It's time to fortify, family. Whatever that means for you, whatever it is you must do to get your situation better, that is what you must do. Even if you can only do a little, something is better than nothing, because get this. This is no longer if. No longer if. This is when the economy crashes. Okay? It is already headed in that direction. So the time is now to do what it is you have to do. I am done with this video, family. I just wanted to share with you what's going on in Pennsylvania. Some of you may have already seen the story. Okay? If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I would very much appreciate it. Share and like this video. And with that, I'm out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.